So in today's session, we are going to learn about different type of acknowledgements messages in HL7. People might ask, what is acknowledgement? I know HL7 message, how it looks like, but I don't know what is acknowledgement. So I'll give you a very basic concept. Imagine your favorite football player is scoring a goal. So it's nothing but it is scoring a goal. So the referee should show a symbol that it is goal. Okay, this is acknowledgement. Okay, this is an ACK. For example, if the referee is not showing any acknowledgement, will the goal will be count? No, exactly no. Always the referee should show and acknowledge that this is a goal. Now the goal is count. Okay. Simply in any HL7 message, if an HL7 message is sent, an acknowledgement should be generated. Then this is count or else this is not count, right? So it's a simple way. I just want to explain what's an HL7 message and an acknowledgement. And let's see what are the different types of acknowledgement and how acknowledgement is very useful in any HL7 format. Now let's copy a sample HL7 message over here. So let's say we have a sending application as Epic and receiving application as Meditech. You can call it as Cerner or any application. I'm just randomly naming it as Epic and Meditech. Now this application is sending the sample HL7 message. So I just don't want to keep it that long. So I'll remove few details just for our understanding purpose. Okay, I think this looks good. That's perfect. So this is a MSH segment, EVN, PID. So while Epic is sending this message to Meritech, Meritech should respond back saying this has been received. So Meritech will generate this particular acknowledgement, right? So in this acknowledgement, they'll be sending a message and an ACK saying that this is good and a code. And this MSA is very important in any acknowledgement message. So this segment defines the acknowledgement. One thing you should note here, the IDs, the date and everything is same over here. Okay. So for example, even this should be same. In this case, this was not same because I was using some other example, but yeah. So this is the major acknowledgement segment which will define this particular HL7 message has been received. If it received, what type of error we are getting or whether it's accepted or not. So this is the important code, the MSA 1.1. Now by this, we can confirm this message got an acknowledgement back from Meritech to Epic. Now let's discuss how many types of acknowledgements are there today. So you got to know, right? Messi scored this goal and the referee acknowledged by saying it as a goal. Similarly, Epic has sent an HL7 message and Meritech has acknowledged saying that yes, it is received. If there is no acknowledgement, for example, if there is no response from Meritech, this message will count. No, this message is not sent. Is not sent. Even if Epic is sending this message, but if there is no acknowledgement from Meritech, this message is not sent virtually. Okay, so means Meritech didn't receive. Only when the message is received, only when the ACK is being generated. This is nothing but an ACK, I can say. So ACK is being generated, then the message is received. That looks good. Similarly, a referee can say this is not a goal, this can be a goal. For example, I'll type it here. He's saying goal over here, and he can say not a goal. And again, he can say other penalty or anything. So there are different types of acts which are done by the referee, right? Similarly, in HL7, there are different type of acts. So if I go down, there are different types of acts by an HL7. Okay, those are something like AA, AE, and AR. So you might be thinking, what is AA? Okay, I'm sorry. What is AA, AE, and AR? So now I'm going to explain in a very simple terminology what are the differences. For example, in A, you will get a response something like this. So I'm going to take same example. I'll copy it over here. So you'll get an act something like this with an A over here. So I'm going to highlight this part because this is the important keyword which will define what is A. Okay. So A is nothing but accept acknowledgement. So what does it say? It confirms the message has been received successfully. So I'll just paste it over here what it confirms. So this confirms the message has been received successfully. That looks good. But what if we get AE in the application? For example, I'll paste the sample message over here just for our understanding, or else we will take the same sample one. That's not a problem at all, just to avoid any confusion. And we got something like AE over here. What does AE means? It indicates the message has been failed. So this particular AE confirms the message has been failed and there is an issue. For example, Epic might be sending a message to Meritech. Meritech says it has received it with this particular confirmation, but whether it is failed or whether it is success, everything will be defined in the acknowledgement. So we got an ACK that looks good, but what type of ACK? It is fail or success. Similarly, Messi has scored the goal. Referee has seen it, but is telling whether it's goal or not a goal or a penalty. Similarly, a message has been sent from Epic to Meritech. Meritech has received it, but it's telling it is a fail. It's a failure. So these are two types of acknowledgement, and we have another acknowledgement. Like for example, this in this scenario, maybe there is an issue with one of the segment or any field over here. It's saying it has failed. So in another scenario, so we will take the same one and we will copy it here. You shouldn't get confused in this scenario. It is nothing but a reject. So AR is nothing but application like reject. So it is directly rejecting the message on the face itself. So you might be saying, what is business fail and like what is reject? What is the difference between both of them? So that would be a good question if you are asking me on that. So I'll say, for example, I can directly say here it has been rejected. So what is fail and rejected? For example, when the message comes from Epic to Meditech and everything looks good, all the field segments and everything, it is confirmed. We get this type of fact saying confirmation back to Epic, and Epic thinks, okay, this is successful message I have sent, and I don't need to anything. I don't need to do anything. It's done. We are good. We are good. No other thing to do by Epic. That looks good. Now, in this case, it says it is failed. Meditech received it, but there is some issue in pit segment, or there is some missing issue. For example, there is some value missing in the pid or like any other segments, received it but cannot process it, or errors out in the application side, in the Meritic application side. So it says I have received it, but it is failing. There is some business rule which is failing. There is some required field which should be here, but it has not been sent. It is failing. That looks good. But in the AR side, it is directly rejected on the face. Means we are not even interested in receiving it. Means Meritech says directly on the face to Epic, no, this is not at all a valid format. This is not even acceptable to process, even to receive it. Okay, I think there is spelling mistake. Okay, so this is completely reject. In this case, no message will be received by Meritech, and the error message will be sent back to Epic, and Epic should reconsider thinking there will be any alert generated in the Epic application saying that, oh, this was rejected by Meritech and we need to think about this. So similarly, in this cases, a ServiceNow ticket or any other ticketing tool, depending on the technology they use, ticket will be generated and the analyst will be looking by this control ID, the PID and everything, what is an issue with that. So most of the time when this particular thing is rejected, there'll be an issue with mostly like a PID segment. Okay, for example, if I pay PID segment or missing any HL version structure and something like that. So matches is not at all accepted. But here there'll be some issues with some basic structures and everything, like any a particular field which is required but is not there and everything. So A is also a rejection, but AR is the biggest rejection in a simple way if I want to explain things. So what I can do to explain it in a very simple way, I'll go to AE and I'll say, over here, the structure is valid, but there is some business logic written by Meditech, and the Epic has not sent it. That's good. But for AR, if we consider looking into it, yep, message is structurally invalid. There is not even proper structure. So you can remember that the structure is valid, the business logic has failed. Over here in the AR, the structure is completely invalid. You can use this particular sentence in the interview to answer for this particular question. What are the different types of acknowledgements in HL7? So if they are asking which segment you will get the acknowledgement type and everything, you can answer it as MSA. This would be a general questions. And if they ask the difference between AE and AR, you can say in AE the structure is valid, but Meritech has written a business logic saying that a particular code should be sent in EVN or PID or something like that, so it has failed. But in the AR, the complete structure is invalid. Like for example, in the pit segment, they are adding some repetitions or something else. So the structure is invalid and this is being rejected. Thank you. Hope you understand the difference by this images at least. Have a great day. Thank you.